Hi, this is Ginger Cook, and we're out at sea, and I'm going to just take about 5 minutes to talk to you about a subject that's been kind of bugging me, and I bet it's been bugging you too, and that's about signing your name. How do you sign your name on a painting? Why do I use Cook and not Ginger Cook? Well, one of the reasons was when I had an agent that was selling my artwork, there's still a certain amount of prejudice against female artists in the world, and so I wanted people to appreciate the painting before they decided on the gender of the person painting it. So this has come up because, and Alicia Hugh wrote me and she said because she still does personal art coaching with me, that we're not able to show you a lot of her paintings, so you can always see them. They're on Facebook in my 2019. It's not Facebook. 2019. Well, they're on her Facebook page, but they're also on my Pinterest board under our 2019 Academy students, because she still sends stuff in for me for personal art coaching. So if you want to see that, but basically it came up was, do you think that men are better artists than women? And I'm going, no. But historically, men have been given more attention, and women weren't encouraged to paint. So we can go into that another day. But so therefore, but there's still a little trailing. Just like there are people that think that men are better drivers than women. Cars. John still thinks that. You know what I mean? He actually thinks that. And the fact that
No, not all women.
Just me. Just me. Just me. Well, but I mean, there is that thinking, right? Some countries, women aren't even allowed to drive. I'm just saying that there is this prejudice, so that's the reason I just signed my last name. But I'm not saying you should do that. That's just why I do it, okay? So when you're talking about signing your name, think about what name you want to use. If you have like, my name is Elizabeth Garner Van Dyke Sierra or something, right? You got all those names. Maybe it's just Sierra. Do you know what I mean? You might want a catchy thing, something people will remember. When you sign your name, if you don't sign it in the middle, someone did that the other day, and we love you, but don't sign it in the middle, okay? Sign it off either the right or the left, and make sure that you have like a finger's width above from the bottom of the canvas, all right? And on the sides, because if there's a frame, you may lose the picture. You may lose your signature. And for instance, if you had people don't say, now this is why your signature is so important. People don't say, I've got a lily pond in my house. That painting of a lily pond looks great. No, they say, I got a Van Gogh. Sell the artist, not the art, you guys. Sell yourselves as artists, not the art. Let people get to know you. If you're selling your artwork, it's about you. Otherwise, why paint? So you want to sign it. I recommend Posca pens because you can wipe off the signature and try again if you don't like it. You've got about 5 minutes before it really dries. And the other thing I'm going to suggest is that if you're doing it in stark white, which you don't know, don't do what I say, not necessarily what I do, okay? Everybody's with me on this? Ideally, if you're signing it in white, and that's the brightest thing on your picture, let it dry for a day and then go back and glaze over it with a little raw umber or some color. So it's sort of mute that white a little bit so it's not just boop, boop, boop in your face. That's something you might want to do. And then the other thing I would suggest is if you got a large canvas, a really big one, and you want to sign your name and you want to have it fairly neat, take some artist tape and leave a space about, this finger's artist tape, this finger's artist tape, leave a space, okay? And so then when you sign it, it's like having a neat line. And also you can practice writing it on top of the tape to see how you like it and how it's going to fit, and you can kind of move the tape around too. So I would say use artist tape if you want it. That's these stock folders for sure going to be using the artist tape, okay? You might want to use that, and then you can kind of contain it to the space. So now we're going to talk about dating. Do we date the paintings? Well, we used to date the painting. We used to say, this was painted in 1954 or 1965 or whatever. And then some fool decided to start dating food cans. Well, I guess that was important because you don't want to buy a can of beans that was like 20 years old. But on the other hand, people started started dating everything, whether it's spoiled in the cans or not. They dated it, expires by, right? You know what I'm saying? So then what happens is that they're looking at your painting and you see, okay, so you painted this in 2011. What's wrong with it? Put the date on the back, don't put it on the front, particularly if you're going to be selling them. And if you want to be really clever, put it in Roman numerals. Nobody can read that. You'll know it. Nobody else can read that. Because really there's this prejudice, just like there's sort of a prejudice against female artists that lingers. It's better today than it was when I started painting, but it still lingers. There's this prejudice about dates. If it was any good, why do I still have it? So those are the two things I would say about dates and where to signature placement. Don't have it too bright. Think about a name that you want to use. You want to use your full name. That's good. But remember, you got to write it out the same every time. You want to practice that a little bit. Come up with your own kind of thing. I just do Cook with the red slash. People say, why do you do the red slash? And I've got the red slash in there because, I mean, there's all kinds of cooks. There's Captain Cook and Cook Tours. And so the advantage of having a name like Cook as a last name is that it's recognizable. People think they've heard of you because they've heard of the name Cook, okay? So, you know, that's a plus side. On the other hand, they're not sure what Cook. So what differentiates you? So I could have put G Cook, which I thought about, but what I ended up doing was doing, like for instance, G Harvey was an artist. He always did G, the letter G and then Harvey. The red slash came from when Cinnamon and I went to France. We noticed that the signs when you were leaving a town didn't say leaving Paris or leaving La Bastide or leaving Carcassonne. They just had the name of their town and a big red slash through it, and that meant that you had left town. You were out of city limits. A little abrupt, kind of in your face, red slash, like gone, right? So when I put the red slash in, that means I'm done with the painting. And then you're going, yeah, but Ginger, you never stop painting. You're still painting after you sign it. I said, yeah, I know, but that's the intent. So that's my 2 bits on signatures. Practice yours. We might do that. For instance, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should have people post something on how do you sign your name. How do you guys sign your name? Want to hear about it. How do you sign your name and why do you sign it that way? What would you like to do different? Take a picture and send it below, add it below. All right, love you guys. See you till the next time.